Hey everyone, happy System Saturday. Today we are talking all about macros. That is the main thing that we're going to be talking about this month. And today's topic is going to be going over batch renaming of files or editing within spreadsheets. And so if you've been following along with some social media posts that I've made, we're going to basically go over a few macros that should be really helpful when it comes to renaming files. If you are a music producer or if you are a catalog manager or anyone who works with assets that then need to be categorized or need to have suffixes added into certain item names, this is great for you. As you can see, I've worked with this temp area here, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Keyboard Maestro. Now, this is not the most updated version of Keyboard Maestro because I'm a firm believer that I should only be using the software that meets my needs, and so the newest version of Keyboard Maestro does not actually include any new things that I need, so I'm just staying on this version. So if you go and download Keyboard Maestro right now, it's probably going to look a little different for you. But for me, what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to create a new macro here in this temp folder. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you for a name. So we're just going to call this append artist name. Great, awesome. We're going to trigger this with the hotkey F1 because that's my go forward with temporary hotkey macros thing. And I will turn this off after I'm finished with it as well. So right now we are turning this on. And all we need to do right now, let's say we have an artist name here, right? Let's say the artist name is going to be, let's just use my artist name for example, For Atlas, right? For Atlas is our artist name, and we have a series of file names here. Now we are basically going to be appending the name For Atlas to this file. And so basically what we need to do is we're going to document the key commands that we need in order to basically get all of this to be done in one fell swoop. So I'm going to pop this over here. I'm going to pop this over here so we can see where things are. And here's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're just going to track the key commands that I do, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit left and copy, right? So what happens here, if we add a new action, we're going to type a keystroke. The keystroke is left, and then the keystroke is copy, so Command C. From here, we're going to type another keystroke. We're going to type return, and then from here, paste, and then from here, we're going to type in For Atlas. And so we're going to basically say insert text by typing For Atlas, and then we're going to hit enter, and then down. And the down arrow moves us to the next section here. So for example, to run or test this macro, if I hit F1 here, so right there, something weird happened because it basically just appended a few items to the cell. So we are now going to troubleshoot a little bit. So we've copied it, and now what we need to do is we need to type a keystroke in between here. We need to go ahead and go back to the right. So let's try it again. Right here, F1. Awesome. So let's do that goes For Atlas. Now what you're seeing here is there's no space in between, so we're actually going to edit this text here. We're going to add in our hyphen area. Right, so let's go ahead. We're going to try this again. F1. Awesome. Great. And it also looks like the return item already pops us down a column, so we don't need this down keystroke thing anymore. And let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do that. Awesome. So as you can see here, we still need the space in the beginning, so we're just going to pop that in there. A lot of this is just a process of trial and error to get the macro to fire the way that you want. Awesome. Great. Seems like it's doing it. Let's check this real quick just to make sure. So it does look good. The text here is a little different, but for right now, this should all be good. We're going to go ahead and just change this to our default text here, and we're going to try that again. Awesome. Everything populates. Now, what happens if you want to do this multiple times really fast? Well, right now we have the append artist name hotkey right here. We can turn that off, and we can create a new macro here, execute macro 20 times. Awesome. And so in this case, we're going to set another hotkey. We're going to say F2 in this point. And from here, we're going to actually insert a sub macro. And so if you come over here to the Keyboard Maestro area, you have execute a macro. We can select the macro right here in temp, append artist name, and then we're just going to duplicate this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 times. So we have this macro hot. it's active, F2, it's going to go ahead and execute everything for you in this case. So that is the power of macros. At this point, everything's going to be executing, and it happens relatively quickly. We'll go ahead and do that again. And then we'll hit escape to escape out of it. Oh, okay. It's just going to keep going. There are ways to get out of it, but for right now, I mean, that's really all we need. We have everything going into here. And yeah, basically the process of building a macro, I'm not perfect at this. It is very much a process of trial and error. And so in this case, we're using 2 macros to basically do a lot of work for us really quickly that would have to be manually typed. And so hope that helps. Definitely recommend getting Keyboard Maestro. I do not have any affiliate codes. This is just a tool that I use very often, and I hope it helps you out. Awesome. See you all around. Happy Saturday.